Tim Mack really up for this. Absolutely determined to see the USA towards their 7th Weber Cup victory, leading 6-4 overall from the 10 previous Weber Cups we've enjoyed. Barnsley Metrodome hosting the Weber Cup for the 6th year in succession, very much the home of the competition now. So Tim Mack to open us up. And leaves the spare.
Tim Mack looking for a spare and makes it frame number 1.
Very casually done.
Dominic Barrett has brought half his family with him to the Metrodome for this tournament.
And they're sat right in front of us as well, so expect it to get a bit rowdy.
Yeah, they were a bit noisy last year and the year before. Dom is the boy wonder of UK bowling and European bowling. One would like to think that he may go and play permanently in America, but at the moment he's right in the crest of a wave in Europe.
And there's a strike.
Fix it.
And there's the cheer that we warned you about.
Spare in frame number 1. Trying to recover from major shoulder surgery, which has affected his game.
Again, heavy through the head spin and leaves up the same pin.
It's that 4 pin again. Yeah, he's had to change his style. He had rotator cuff problems, 2 surgeries. He used to have a really high backswing and a massive extension follow through. It's taken several years to recover. He's had to change his game. He cannot get the same sort of velocity as he used to. But he still holds his game together. Manages to make the Weber team.
Takes away another spare. Wins it. Won't go into the second session anymore and level. 6 games in the opening session. I thought it had turned too soon, but definitely not. And a double for Dom Barrett.
It's certainly getting a bit rowdy in here every time young Dom gets a strike. That in itself is putting pressure on Tim Mack.
I knows he's playing catch-up here. Oh, he's left a horrible split there, Tim Mack, and already this game beginning to get away from the American captain.
Yeah, you saw that ball, just too much speed. It hurried on, it didn't have enough time to turn back. 2-4-8-10, we've seen this one before. Almost impossible spare to pick up. It's a huge split, and the look on his face, well, it just about says it all.
What he was left with. And leaves 2 up in the end, doesn't make the spare, and it is an open frame for Tim Mack.
Yeah, pressure time, I'm afraid. Not being helped by Dom Barrett's family, making an awful lot of noise up here in the bleachers.
Yeah, Mack sitting on just 43 after 3 frames.
Of course, another thing that will have affected Tim's bowling career, he's a young father back home. He's a young baby girl and his wife. Tim still has to tour around the world, trying to put food on the table and win some money. Dom Barrett for 3 in a row, and it's not to be.
No, it turned away horribly, that.
In fact, had it gone further across, it may have had a chance of making a strike. Single pin spare.
Remains clean.
Words of encouragement coming from Peter Weber for his captain. Here and now, this is the time to make a move. Let's forget that open frame. Put some X's on the board.
Won just 1 singles match last year. 2 singles and 2 doubles played. That was his only victory. 3 defeats for Tim Mack, but that is absolutely perfect. After the open frame, Tim Mack could well get himself up and running here.
Yeah, it was a lot better shot. A lot more confidence in his style.
Dom Barrett working off 2 strikes and a spare from the opening 3 frames. 279 maximum if he was to strike out from here. Barrett thought about it, but it is a 3rd strike for Dom Barrett from the opening 4 frames.
Gets a fortunate little tap on that 4 pin, as you'll see here. Great looking shot, a fraction light on the head pin, And that 4-pin's hit from behind. Look at this, how about that? Wallop.
Heart in mouth there for a moment. Oh, and Mack was unlucky there not to get the double. 10-pin stays up.
Yeah, couldn't quite get it. Only be a spare. He was desperate for a double there, just to get him back in the game.
That's where the luck comes into it, isn't it, with that messenger? Very unlucky there, Tim Mack. Americans really need to break this sequence. The Europeans keep getting themselves in front. If Don Barrett holds it together, Europe could be looking at a 3-2 lead after 5. Oh, that's awful.
Awful indeed.
Just as I was talking him up as well.
It's the big 4. It's the 4-6 and the 7-10 split.
Now even more frustrating for Tim Mack that 10-pin didn't drop and denied him the strike. It is an open frame for Don Barrett, his first. And that makes it a bit more interesting. Couldn't wait to get up and get his ball ready there, Tim Mack, after that.
Yeah, working on a spare. Needs something good here. We're through the halfway stage. We've bowled 5 frames. Mack to start the second half under pressure, fighting Barrett, fighting the lane.
No, and he's left the split as well.
Unfortunately, a scratch of the head tells it all. It's the 4-6-7 split. This will be an open frame for Mack. The equipment they're using or the speed that they're not using. Just 2 pins and it is open frame. Just unfortunate, not quite good enough for Mack. We've seen the ball break early, as you said, going high through the headpin, leaving splits. Like that.
Yeah, heavy again through the headpin. Don Barrett.
Left-hand side, jump it into the 10. That's the way to get it, though. Good spare. Under pressure.
4 frames, followed by an open frame and a spare.
Yeah, he may have lost his way a little bit, but not quite as much as Tim Mack. Needs something good here. Go! Oh, dear, oh Lord, can you believe that? Now that messenger, which was the headpin, came flying across the deck.
That's twice it's let him down, the messenger.
Just hasn't made the 10-pin, has it? There it goes.
Oh,
how does it miss? It just drops in the gutter, doesn't it?
He's been ever so unlucky with that, Tim Mack. Takes away the spare, no problem. But it could have been so much better for him.
Well, I mean, this game is
2
going
open frames as well, which, of course, are extremely costly.
Yeah, if you have an open frame, if you can look to make a double, that will sort of cover the damage. But he's got 2 open frames and no double.
And a strike for Don Barrett. 2 frames without one, but frame 7 brings up his 4th strike.
Runs to a 36-pin lead. Slightly light, leaves a couple of pins standing, gets some action off the wall, and they all go over.
Rankings leader, winner of the Aalborg International in Denmark and the Wrocław Open in Poland. It looks as though he's going to win his first singles match here, and it really does look like that now because Tim Mack has left himself a horrible split again.
That is identical to frame 3. It's the 2-4, 8-10. And
he's suffering out there, Tim Mack. Open frame again.
Just the 3. It looked close, didn't it? But he didn't cover that back pin. Learned something for the next game that he's going to go into.
There's a couple of angry Americans down there. Chris Barnes none too happy with his early performance. Tim Mack furious with himself. He's really suffering, and Barrett hits home another one. A double for Barrett. And he really is rubbing it in now.
Mack under pressure. Under lights on TV. Needs anything but an open frame.
And gets the strike.
Well, it was a change of ball and it worked. Good looking shape. Made the pocket and carried all 10. Lots of rotation. Something that Mack's trademark, probably apart from Dick Webber, the man that this tournament's named after.
Well, again, broke far too early for Dominic Barrett.
Well, he doesn't care. He's just going through the motions now. There was little effort put into that shot. Just wanted to hit some pins, leave something to make a spare.
Playing catch up again. Takes away the spare. Bit of showboating in the way he did it.
Well, the thing is, if Tim strikes out with 3 strikes, he'll have 174, and Dom has already got 174, so he'll need to score 1 pin on his next shot. That's only if Tim strikes 3 times. No strike, the game is lost.
And there's the first.
Well, that's the first one, yeah. Go out with a little bit of style. The ball change was the important thing, and he'll probably be cursing himself. Why didn't he change it earlier? He wasn't getting the strikes. He had 1 strike in the first.
Can he finish with 4 in a row? This is for 3 in a row, and he makes it.
Well, this is the Tim Mack finishing with 4 strikes in a row.
No, he can't. Just too late before it hooked round, and that is it. 170 for Tim Mack. Practice opportunity here for Don Barrett, and makes the strike. Crowd really enjoying themselves now inside the Barnsley Metrodome.
This to go through the 200 barrier. Changes the line, just experiments a little bit. That doesn't matter. Victory is Dominic Barrett's. And this shot, look, he's got his left hand in the ball. He's going to bowl this one left-handed. Doesn't matter.
No. Second gutter ball we've seen, not quite the same as Chris Barnes's though. But what matters is that Don Barrett has the victory over Tim Mack, who followed Oscar Palermo, the European captain, in losing his singles match. But 202-170 for the 3rd time, Europe lead in the opening session of the Party Casino.